Hey guys, Justin here in the 2x4 test tent with another unboxing video. Check it out. Got the katana there right through the fragile sticker. Good place for it. You got the par meter, you got the heat meter, the watt meter, and the meter. And let's get into this box here. This one's actually from Parfactworks is the company this is from. It's another part of my unboxing series. Are Amazon lights really any good, basically? Which is what I'm trying to answer by doing pretty much taking any light from Amazon that's offered to me and testing it. And I just give you the results, and you can make a decision from there whether or not you want to purchase it or you want to pass. I don't really try and lean either way unless it's really good, and then I'll just straight up tell you this thing's gonna kick ass. But there again, you've seen in the past, if it's very bad, I'm also gonna say it's very bad as well. So it's probably gonna be a little difficult to get into. It is wrapped up pretty well, but let's cut into it, see what we can get into here. We might just have to take a little bit further steps here. We'll see, because it is really wrapped. Yep, it is all wrapped up. So let's stick that in there, and let's do one of these. Alright, there we go. Now this is going to be way easier to get into. Let's get that out of the way. There we go. You guys can kind of see what the light's going to look like inside here. I actually like this this packaging here. It's pretty professional. Got a user's manual. They do have two different models, the 1000 and the 2000. This is the 2000. RA2000 2000 means sun god. Alright, sun god. I dig it. Let's go. This thing better blast. It's the sun god. Oh wow, here we go. Here's the good stuff. What do we got? How lucky and grateful we are to win your trust and favor. This hard-owned trust returns you a 3-year warranty, plus a 30-day satisfaction or return guarantee. Apologies for any dissatisfaction. Yeah, don't leave your review. Pretty standard stuff. Happy growing. I dig it. Nice. Awesome. Not bad. The sun god thing's kind of interesting. RA12. I don't know what that means. RA is Ra? Is that the sun god? I think that might be what it is. I don't know. You guys probably know. I'm sure you'll tell me in the comments. But yeah, pretty cool. Open up the manual here. It's pretty decent in color. Oh, we got some fun tips here. Yep, don't stand in the water and plug it in. Pretty much don't stand in the water. Don't spray it. Be cool and grow some flowers is what they suggest. Looks like it's daisy chainable. Nice. Rope ratchets, all the good stuff. Alright. We got some more info. This is some more technical info. Here's the spectrum for those that's interested. A little bit more info. You can pause and read that. Here's some more info here. You can also pause and read that if you so choose. Here is their par info. If you want to pause and check that out. Anything on the back? Nope. Alright, here we go. Bam. Oh, it's got lens covers on it. Okay, interesting. We got rope ratchets. Let's do the test on the rope ratchets here. Where are we at? Oh, it's the plastic. It's the plastic wheel. Alright, so, I mean, at least they give you rope ratchets, but it's not the metal wheel. I like the metal wheel better. They're much smoother and they tend to last longer. But that's okay. It's like, it's a pretty fair price. There's the standard hanging kit and your standard power cable. This thing's a little smaller than what I was expecting for claiming to replace 2,000 watts of HPS or metal halide. Pull that off. This box is actually pissing me off now because it keeps flopping down. I literally can't make it stand up. I'm gonna have to turn this motherfucker sideways. There we go. I like the little design. Interesting little design in there. Pretty cool. There's the daisy chain feature. Here's some specs here for you if you want to take a look. It says 230 watts. That is what it says on their website as well, or on Amazon. And then here is a good look at the light itself. So it does have enclosed, completely enclosed boards. So it looks to be fairly water resistant, at least from this side. Obviously it's got holes here, so you could definitely get water in there, but it looks to be fairly water resistant here. There are no cracks in this at all. It's just completely sealed up, which is nice. So yeah, pretty cool. If you have to spray, you won't have to take the light out or anything like that as a protective measure. Although you really don't want to get these too dirty and you don't want to scratch them up. That's one thing about having lenses. You want to be careful not to scratch them up. You want to keep them clean, or else they become a bad feature. Some people consider them a bad feature just right off the bat, but I've grown with lenses, without lenses. They both work really well. The ones with lenses tend to have a smaller footprint and more intense, whereas the ones without lenses tend to have a much larger footprint because they're just unrestrained, and they tend to have a higher overall par rating, I would say, than the ones with the lenses. But there again, with the lenses, it's concentrated to a specific space. So if that's what you need, that's what you need. So there's uses for both of them. So let's take a look at this sucker. We'll get it hooked up to some power, and we'll see what we can get out of it. We'll be right back. Alright, we are back and we have it all hooked up. Pretty standard. I like the hanging kit that they give because I can use both rope ratchets separately. Some companies try and combine the two and then it just spins around. So right off the bat, it is definitely a better hanging kit. Looks pretty cool with the cutout there. A lot of companies are starting to do that. But yeah, let's flip this sucker on and see what comes out. And it does have a switch, which is nice. Some of these cheaper ones don't have a switch. And let there be light. Now this one is in the $135, $36 range, somewhere in there. So it's not super cheap. So it better push some pretty serious par ratings. That gives you a pretty good look there. It says it has 3000K, 5000K, and then 660. What's the actual numbers here? Let me grab it real quick. 56 pieces of 5000K, and then 168 pieces of 3000, and then 32 pieces of 660. So that's what this is all made up of here. And it says 230 watt draw. We can check that here. See what the watt meter says. pretty spot on, really. 2 watts, 3 watts less, 2 watts less, 228 we'll call it. Pretty stable. So pretty spot on there. So far everything's checked out. Now it says that it's a 4 foot by 4 foot veg or a 3 foot by 3 foot flower. So we've got this set up like I normally do at 16 inches. I'll just show you that here. If you can see it, there we go. 16 inches from the ground. And this is a 2 foot deep, 4 foot wide tent. So to give you an idea of space wise. Let's see what it pushes about dead center here. Wow. 1170. That's actually quite good. You're going to get decent flowering, really anything above about 500 or 600 par. You're going to get decent flowers. You get into 800, 900, you're going to get some fat nuggets. Anything above 900 or so, you really have to be really good at nutrient management or have CO2, and well, really both. Be good at nutrient management and have CO2 to really take advantage of like this 1164 rating. So really this light needs to be raised up a little bit higher than this, higher than the 16-inch range. But we'll take a look and see what it does at 16 inches, just to compare it to all the other ones that I've done at 16 inches. Let's move it out a little bit here. See how quickly it drops off with the lenses here. Still producing nice bud. We'll stop it at 500. We'll say 500. So right there. Right there, it's at 500 on that side. So let's take this and we'll mark it right there on that side. And then we'll go to this side. We'll switch hands here. We'll see where 500 is over here. $500 right there. 506, maybe a little tiny bit over. Wow. Hey. Alright, we're gonna call it right there. It's close enough. So there's that. We'll put the katana right there to mark that spot. And then we can measure in between, and that gives us our effective flowering area. Let me flip that around so we can read it. And as I was kind of thinking, it's pretty much exactly 2 feet. So at this range, you're looking at a 2 foot flower, but extremely hot in the middle. Extremely hot in the middle. So I really think it needs to be moved up a little bit. So let's go ahead and move this up a bit and we'll take some more readings. I think I'll bring it up to about 20 inches and we'll take some more readings. Alright, here we are back at 20 inches, maybe 20 and an eighth inch. So let's see what the rating is going to be here. We've still got our markers out. $7.29. That's not bad. That's actually really good bud production right in there. It's not too hard to manage because it's not overly strong, but it's strong enough to give you really nice nuggets. So let's go out to the edge here, and we'll see where that rating goes to. Wow, so kind of lost a little bit on the edge just because the light got further away from from this spot. Not much though. 482 is not far off of 500. It's close enough to still produce decent buds. And if you had something on the side here, like even my hand, so if you got your tint here, like a 2x2 tint, it's going to be much brighter. Just with my hand, it goes to almost 500. My hand's not all that reflective. So you'll definitely, this is a 2x2 light for sure. A very good 2x2 light, because you can bring it up and down based on what kind of par rating that you can manage within the inner space. Because like I said, at 16 inches, 1100, you could try that. I've flowered some of my colas at that height. They do tend to get a little bit more fox-tailed, but man, they get some fat, chunky nuggets on them. That is for sure, if you can manage the nutrients. So it's a pretty decent light, I would say, for a 2 foot by 2 foot space. I wouldn't probably go 3x3. You could, but along the edges, you're just not going to have the nug size. It's just, with the lenses, it fires down a little bit too much. If it didn't have the lenses, it may actually push a 3x3 at 16 inches, possibly, or 18 inches. We're at 20 inches now. It's just not going to cut a 3x3 in my opinion, but it will do a 2x2 with quite a bit of quality, I believe. So that's pretty much the bottom line on this one. It's a decent light. It does use SMD LEDs, so it's not Samsung, and it doesn't have Meanwell drivers. It's your standard China style driver. Let's take a look in the light here. Let's see what we can actually see as far as the innards go. Not a whole lot of stuff in there, to be quite honest. You got the board. There's your driver up there. It's hard to focus on the stuff that's inside. Boy, it really wants to focus on that cutout. Holy crap. There's the fan. Where is the driver? Must be in between the fan. Yeah. So yeah, everything's packed in there. It does have the 4 fans. It is fairly quiet though. There's right next to the fan. I'm not zoomed in at all. So fairly quiet fans. I think it'll be fairly effective for the cooling as well, seeing that it's only 230 watts and it has 4 fans. Right now, just running it as is, it is extremely cool to the touch. There's going to be no issue with heat as far as this goes, as far as to the touch. Now it will spread heat from the fans because that's the exhaust. That's how this style of light works. Unlike the fanless models, they get hot to the touch. This style with the fans, it does not get hot to the touch, so it can be a bit deceiving and think that, oh well, I don't need ventilation. Now you still do, because all 4 of these fans act as 4 heaters, basically blowing heat out into your space that you need to exhaust. So still the same amount of heat no matter which light that you use, this style or the other style really. It's just 2 different ways of dispersing it. So that's pretty much how that goes. But yeah, it's pretty close to it for this review. There's not a whole lot to do as far as the heat of the outside goes, but we'll hit it with the heat gun. But like I said, it's just not going to be much. 87, 86. Hit the bottom side. 106, 110, 111. 112. I mean, that's right on the lenses. So yeah, it runs really cool to the touch on the outside. So if you're into that sort of thing and you're worried about, some people, they worry about the fanless ones because they get hot, and then they're like, oh well, what if it touches my tent and burns my whole neighborhood and whole state, and then everything's on fire and everyone blames me for it over my light. a little far-fetched on that, I would say. Even the fanless units don't really get hot enough to start fires, in my opinion, unless maybe you're building a little fire pit on here with some kindling and some cotton, and maybe pour a little lighter fluid on. I don't know, maybe then you could get it to burn on those lights, but yeah, they all produce heat in one way or another. This one does it. Very cool to the touch. It's nice. I've actually dried nugs after I've harvested. Just pre-dry a nug because I wanted to smoke it really quick. Put it right here because you get good airflow and a little bit of heat. It's a pretty good nug drying spot, in my opinion, for quick drying nugs after the harvest. If you want to try it really quick, little quick tip there. But yeah, like that's pretty much it for this review. Pretty decent light. Price is a little bit high for the wattage. I'd like to see it come down to maybe around the $100 price range for this light. I think that would be a little more worth it, but it's a decent light for a 2x2 space. It does have a warranty on it, so I don't know. You guys make the call. Another review in the books on the Amazon series. Are Amazon lights any good? So that's pretty much it for this review, guys. Until next time, happy growing.